everyone.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to another episode of Wine After 9 with your host, Dionté.
And Rashida.
Bringing you your group chat personified.
Yeah.
Guys, it is our Jesus episode 33.
Oh, 33.
Yes, honey, episode 33.
Gosh.
But before we continue, Miss Rashida, what are we drinking?
We are drinking some Chardonnay.
Chardonnay, honey.
This is a celebration month. It is July, guys.
Come on,
And
what does it mean?
You guys know that July is me and Deonte's birthday.
Come on! July babies in the house. Come on, stand
July
up.
babies, stand up.
Stand
It's
up.
our time.
It really
stand up,
is.
July babies. It's our time.
It really is
So
our time.
we're celebrating all month, basically.
Literally.
We're celebrating all month.
You're going to see a lot of this. Hopefully we don't get too tipsy.
Honestly, we are lit.
I'm
Regardless
dying.
of everything, we are lit. The sun's been shining. Even though it's been a lot, but child.
It's been a lot weather-wise. I mean, I'm not complaining again. But
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining. I said this morning. I was like, I'm not complaining. I tried to just really get into some, but yesterday, guys. Yesterday
was lethal.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't want it to ever be that hot in this country again.
Yeah,
that was
no.
too much. I'm sorry
When
about that.
I just feel like our country is not prepared for that type of heat.
At all.
If it was, beautiful.
Perfect.
But because it's not,
No.
It
was too, like, there was a point, D, I got so hot, yeah? You know when you're so hot and everything you're doing is not working? I drunk, like, you know when you put water in the freezer, like, cold water, I drank that, didn't help. Had a cold shower, I was literally on the floor, I couldn't think. No, I'm sorry, the UK can never be that hot again. I'm sorry, that was too much.
It was way too much.
It was too much.
And the fact that, like you said, everything that you do,
nothing else.
Fam, I would even sit in front of the fan, do my trick of spraying my whole body with water, just for it to evaporate in 2 seconds, and then I'm back to square one.
I literally had a cold shower. I stepped out of that shower and I just felt sticky because everything just started to stick, and it was
You only get that nice cold breeze once you open the door.
Yeah, literally.
But then as soon as that goes, you're sticky again.
No, honestly, it was just too much, to the point that my head was hurting and I couldn't eat. You know, like sometimes when it gets really hot, I don't even have an appetite to eat. I just want to drink water and that fills you up. Nah. Then there was a point I walked to the top of the road to get food and I could literally feel the sun beating on my back. Like, and I just thought, nah, this is actually just too much.
It is, man.
When I saw the rain this morning, I wanted to run in the rain. I've never been so happy in my life to see rain. I wanted to run in the rain.
Honestly.
I woke up and I sat outside.
Honestly, it was nice this morning.
Outside. I was like, no, that's the UK should never get that warm again. It was just too much.
Be prepared for that type of heat. Especially, like, why are you not prepared for this now?
Yeah.
They should really start implementing aircon or
this is what
some type of thing in households now.
We
this
need
is ridiculous.
some sort of like AC in our houses, and my house is already hot, so we suffered.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, the UK can't get hot.
And the thing is, just because it's not being reported on, I'm sure people have died of heat stroke in this type of heat.
I literally thought yesterday, I was like, people have died in this heat.
Honestly.
This is too much, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, yesterday was too much.
Oh my God.
It was a lot, but yeah.
We survived, honey.
We survived. Praise God. But no, too much.
Before we go into the episode, I actually wanted to give you credit. Okay. I was very reluctant before about solo dating, but I finally solo dated, and it was the best thing I've ever decided to do.
Do you know you're the second person that said, someone messaged me yesterday as well and was like, Rashida, I hope you're proud of me. I took myself out to eat on my own, and I was like, I had to tell you.
You were right.
You have to do things on your own. I'm telling you.
No, I have to give it to Rashida, like, because I was the type, like, I was so nervous, all of this, and it wasn't supposed to be, but I think this was like God's way of saying, just do it, type thing. But I had a way better time than I know I would have with the person I was supposed to go with.
Oh, fairs,
type thing.
Yeah.
But like, I even made friends. Like, it was really, it was so refreshing.
Honestly,
so refreshing. Like, I'm gonna do it so much more.
Yeah, you have to.
Honestly,
literally, you just have to do things on your own. Even was it last week or the week before? So I love like Motown. I love soul music. I love it so much. And I literally saw the Jazz Cafe ran, and I even think that this was meant to be, because I randomly checked my junk email and the email had gone into my junk, and they were like, look, we're doing this like Motown night. The tickets were only like £5. And I wanted to go with one of my friends, but she was in Paris for Fête de la Musique. So I was like, oh. Then I thought to myself, I could just not go or I could just go on my own. I went on my own. I had the time of my
Did you see
life.
it there?
I had the time of my life. I danced on my, like, I had such a good time. And I thought to myself, in this life, sometimes you just have to do things on your own. Because you have to just have that confidence to just go out and do. Because if you're waiting on other people all the time, there's so many things that you're not going to experience.
Fam!
You have to just do it.
I felt instant regret after, like, because I was still on the high of solo dating,
Yeah.
But like, wow, because it was the Chris Brown concert, I think it was the high of the concert as well.
Yeah.
But when I was walking, I was just thinking, like, do you know how many motives I've missed because I was just scared to do what I've just done?
Literally.
And like, it gave me, I don't know, maybe I'm being dramatic, but it gave me a whole new lease on life.
No,
like,
honestly,
I'm
does.
even like, oh, what other event can I go to next?
No, it really does give you a lease of life.
It really does. Nah, guys.
Guys, please, so
Rashida was right.
You have to just go on your own. And I will do it for like, that's the first like music event. I don't think I've been to a concert on my own.
Oh,
no, I've never been to a concert on my own, but I want to one day do it and just go on my own, because you always make friends. I go to concerts with friends and make friends with people anyway. Because you're there for the love of the artist, the love of the music. You
already have something in common.
That's what I'm saying. So that's already one. But I've done things like I've gone to eat on my own. There was one time when I was just going through so much. I was so stressed. I took myself out to eat steak, and it was the best I could. I just literally sat on my own and I ate
think
steak.
that's what I need to do next.
Yeah,
because there's certain restaurants I'm like, oh my god, I want to do, but because dinner is so like, it's so exposed.
Yeah, it is.
Like, at least with the concert, you're packed with a bunch of people, so like you don't feel that much.
Yeah.
But that is my next goal to accomplish, because now I feel like I can just, even normal events I can do.
Yeah.
It's just I need to get the courage to like sit at a dinner by myself.
Yeah.
In like an intimate setting and everyone sees like.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it.
No, do it. One day, it just takes like, but you've started off with a good one, a concert. Because I haven't even been to a concert on my own.
Yeah.
Like that event I went to, at first I was a bit nervous, and then I remember like I got there, and then like there were actually other people that were there on their own. So I like sat down, I was on my phone, I was waiting, they were playing music, I was vibing, I got myself a glass of wine. Then the show started and I literally went in, and because everyone was having such a good time and dancing, I was just like, I've done it. I took myself to the Jazz, and the Jazz Cafe is such a night. I would recommend anyone to go. It's
I need
so nice.
to go.
That's like my new like
your
dream,
new spot.
like dream date type thing.
Ooh,
if a man was to take me on a date and he took me there for a night, that's my dream date. If a man said to me, Rashida, I'm taking you to this Jazz Cafe, they're doing a Motown soul night, get dinner. That's like my dream date. Yeah, it was so nice. But I'm so glad I did it for myself first.
Yes,
because before I used to do this thing where I'd be like, oh yeah, like maybe someone will take me there. And I actually saw a TikTok about this the other day, and it was just saying like, I think it was from the receipts, and Tony T was like, ladies, I want you to ditch this idea of waiting for like someone, like waiting for your partner to do certain things. And I thought, do you know what? Yeah, I've done it on my own now. So if a man wants to take me now, he can take me. But I'm glad I did it on my own first.
100%, you know.
Because you'll just be waiting for your whole life. Man.
Because, do you know, fam, I'll never forget, this is low-key embarrassing. I'm reformed, okay? But like, when Instagram first came up with the saved folders that you could like save posts in.
Oh yeah.
I had a folder of like date ideas for May.
Oh yeah, no,
like,
I've got something like that.
I've definitely got folders, but like I don't have a folder anymore that's purely dedicated to date ideas because I not an epiphany. I'm still not there, but it definitely opened my eyes to like what you said, stop waiting for people or waiting for a man to take you there because it's a romantic place. Like, just go. So then because of that, I deleted that one. But fam, anyway, let's not sit here and act. We all have folders. Even on TikTok, the wedding folder, the baby folder. I've got everything.
I've got my wedding folder. Yeah. I've got my stuff I want to do, my man folder. I still have all of that. And I'll do it.
I've got one for man gifts. What's your not weirdest one, but like the one that's not typical?
Wait, for what? Gifts, did you say? Or like...
No, I'm saying like your folders, your social media folders.
Oh, I don't know if I have one yet. I've just got like...
You can see
date... No, that's what I'm like. Let me even look at mine. I've got like date ideas. Mm-hmm. I've got one for like wedding rings. Mm-hmm. I've got like wedding ring folder because I know like my dream wedding ring. It changes all the time, but I've got that. I've got like my dream wedding ring, but now I know like what I want my wedding ring to be. Yeah, I think I've got like... Yeah, I've just got manifestations. I've got wedding. This is wedding. And the first picture is some girl in her hairstyle.
Even me, I've got a wedding one, but I use emoji. That's hilarious. But you need that though. Are you not Ugandan?
No,
You
honestly.
need the idea.
And the thing is, yeah, the girls get it right because I saw something the other day and there was a girl that got married and she basically said like as soon as her man proposed to her, the first thing she did was go to that folder. Like she had everything already. You have to have these ideas.
You have to, man.
I'm sorry, when the man comes, things start happening. Like, it's not me that's gonna be stuck. Like, oh guys, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go straight into that folder. Boop.
True.
I've got date ideas. It could be I can see a TikTok of a man. I saw one TikTok of some girl and she was like, when he tells you that he knows a spot and it was them driving these kids to this picnic and everything. I said, yeah, cool. Let me
You don't know when there. I even
it.
have folders for different countries, like countries I want to go to or that I'm going to. And then anything to do in that country, I put it
in there.
There's some I need to delete though because I ain't going back.
Yeah.
But to some of them, but I do that. I definitely have the male gift one of like anything that is recommended as a male gift. I have that. Obviously the typical like wedding, outfits, baby. Oh my god, my baby folder.
I don't have a baby one, you know.
I'm actually worried.
I don't have a baby
I need to get rid of it and put just the wedding stuff in manifestation right now. Fam, I was reviewing all of my TikTok folders, yeah. I feel like my wedding one is the most out of all of them, like the most posts. That's what I thought. Fam, I went in my baby one. I have 70 more posts in my baby one, more than my wedding one.
I don't even have a baby one.
No. Fam, I don't know why, yeah. Because, no, I do know why. Because I love content of, like, funny babies. Or, like, when babies do funny things. Yeah, I love it so much. Like, that is me, okay? I love it. Or, like, when they're little, but then they do grown-up things.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, you do love that stuff.
I love that shit. So, because of that, I feel like my FYP is constantly with baby stuff. Yeah. And then I'll be like, but I'll be saving the random things, like, most random, like, when a baby has colic, do this.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You're really dedicated, boy.
No, that's what comes up on my FYP.
But to be fair, you need
any type of thing, because you never know, down the line, I could be like, oh my god, I don't know what my baby wants. These times it's like, it's colic.
Let me make a baby. I'm going to make a baby one.
Make a baby one.
Yeah, I'm going to make a baby one.
Baby shower.
My wedding one.
Yeah.
You got to manifest this stuff, man. Yeah. You have to. That's the
you have to manifest.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, man.
And there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, do you know what? Let me even go and update my folders now, boy.
For real.
Because I even went in, man, and took some stuff out. Anyway, that's the story for another day, boy. There's one that I went into my wedding one. I had a traditional wedding for a certain country. Deleted that. I said I don't want that.
Oh, fuck!
I said I'm not dealing with men from this country again. Took that one out, man. I said I can't even allow that.
So I have a question, yeah. You see, obviously we're Ugandan and you're Salone and Ugandan, and we have like, I would say a strong cultural background. Mm-hmm. When is your time to marry? And let's say, and you get with someone who has a strong cultural background too, and you don't, let's say like funds are limited, so you have to pick a traditional.
Oh,
what are you doing?
So as in like we can't do a traditional for both our countries?
Yeah, like you would like to do one for your country, he'll want to do one for his country, and then your white wedding. But then you reviewed and it makes sense to just do 2 ceremonies, your white wedding and one instead of doing 3. Which one are you picking?
That's hard, you know.
Fam.
Because you both want to honour both of your cultures.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard, you know.
Fam, I don't think it's hard.
What would you do?
I'm picking mine. What do you mean?
You'd have to pick yours.
I would have to pick mine.
And I feel like because you're the bride,
it
should be yours.
I'm sorry.
They're supposed to come to you.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We're having
No. I'm picking mine. But the good thing though, why it's even a hypothetical, because as Ugandans, we don't actually have a traditional wedding ceremony, like where you get married and after that ceremony you're married.
Yeah, no,
like we mainly have introductions.
Yes.
So
actually, yeah.
So let's say if you get with a Nigerian, you can use your introduction as like an engagement party, but just wear cultural clothes.
Oh yeah.
And then your African wedding.
Yeah,
it can actually work.
That's true, yeah.
If you can't afford to do 2 different ones, you can do the Kwanjula, I don't want to say in the morning, but like in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then do the ceremony.
ceremony,
Or the other way around. No, not the other way around, because it's
No, it
introduction.
has to be introduction,
yeah.
innit?
Yeah. So do it in like the early afternoon and then do your Nigerian
thing later.
So that's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
the good thing is
ours is actually like, because with Uganda's after that, you're not married. It's just like, you've done the introduction.
You've just done the introduction.
Yeah, you're not married. That's a good one.
Yeah, because our marriage is...
theirs can be, they're married, after that. Yeah,
things like that, or even like Islamic weddings.
Yeah.
Things like that, like...
Because after that, you're married.
But with us, it's mainly like, you've introduced your families.
That's basically
now you can get married.
Yes.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Good question and good point.
But, sorry to go off topic. Guys, if you don't know yet, we are filming on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we have just got this scoop, honey.
We are giving it exclusive. Fresh off the press, man.
We literally found out maybe an hour ago.
Literally. On the way here is when I got this news and I said, yep, we know what we're talking about today.
And by the time this comes out, you should already know what we're talking about, honey.
Yeah.
The P Diddy verdict has come through.
Woo.
Let's read out what was said, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah, so they charged him with 5 different crimes. So I'll read out each crime and whether he was found guilty or not guilty. So, in terms of the charge of racketeering conspiracy, he was found not guilty. In terms of sex trafficking of Cassie Ventura, not guilty. Transportation for prostitution of Ventura and others, guilty. Sex trafficking of woman known as Jane, not guilty. And transportation for prostitution of Jane and others, guilty. So he was basically found guilty on 2 out of the 5 crimes that he was charged with. That's literally what we got an hour ago. So we haven't even had the time to see different people's reactions of the verdict. But now it's finally just come in and the case is, well, not over. We're waiting for sentencing, but the trial is now over. Now we can finally go into what you think.
Do you know what? Yeah. There was a point when the trial first started and I thought, okay, cool, like he's on trial, all this is happening. But I think it's so weird as well because I literally said to my mum yesterday, because I saw something happen with one of like the jurors or something happened, and I said to my mum, I was like, I think he's going to get away with it. And that's exactly what happened. It got to a point about maybe like 2 weeks ago when I was seeing certain updates and I was like, this man is going to get away with these crimes.
Yeah.
I'm so angry. And I'm more so angry for how, one, smug he's going to be, that he's got away with it. 2, there are a lot of pathetic individuals that feel so vindicated now. Yeah. And there's so many people that are going to start chatting shit. People have already started. Young Miami's already started. Boosie or whatever that waste man is has already started. There's going to be so many people that are going to be so vindicated and happy with this news. There's going to be so many people that are now going to have almost vim to continue doing all of these sick, twisted things. And it's like, oh, did he got away with it? Like, this has opened a can of worms. But someone made a good point and was like, so many people were involved in this that it was almost obvious that he was going to get away with it. Him going down would have opened so many ways for so many other people to be held accountable that it's almost like all those people have now been protected. I'm so angry for the victims. I'm so angry for Cassie. I'm just so angry. People just I'm so mad. Like, I'm spun.
I hear that.
The thing is, I knew he would get away with it, but I'm just so pissed off because of how vindicated so many people are going to be. And that's what's pissing me off.
Do you know what frustrates me is I know that people are going to take this as a win.
Yeah.
But it's not actually a win.
It's not a win.
He was still found guilty out of 2 out of the 5. Yeah. Yes, I understand that, like, the bigger cases like Rico and all of that, he was found not guilty. But I personally believe just because he was found not guilty of certain crimes doesn't mean he's an innocent man in general.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, with the stuff that was read, he still did a lot of this stuff that they said. Do you get what I mean? Forget even the freak offs and that. Yes, it's not a crime to be a freaky nigga. Like, we get that. But it's the coercion of it all is what's the issue. For me, I was following it religiously for like, because I think it was on for like 8 weeks.
That feels like...
Fam, it went so quick.
Because I remember that when it first started, we spoke about it on the pod, and we were like, we'll come back to it when it's done. And now it's finished done. And I was like, right, that was quick.
It went so quick. So I was like proper on it. Like every day I was getting updates. And then like the last week or two, I was like, okay, like they're wrapping up now. I'm not interested like that anymore. But from someone who's followed the case, I think the jury were fair in their judgment. But hear me out.
Okay, yeah.
I personally think that man is guilty, and everything that he's being accused of, I wholeheartedly believed he participated in those shits.
Mm-hmm.
However, I personally feel like the prosecution and the defense really didn't do a great job in proving his guilt. Like,
I've seen a lot of people say
the prosecution didn't do that great of a job, especially like the more it went on, the more you would see that, okay, but aside from witnesses, what do you have?
Right.
And then they gave us like a bit of hope where it was like, we have video footage of P Diddy doing one of these alleged crimes. So I said, yeah, we've got him. Just for it to be a freak-off video. Like, and this is what I mean unfortunately, about laws. They don't go off of like feelings and buts. It's just purely facts. And even before this started, I had a feeling that I was worried that, are they going to bring enough evidence to really take him down? And I feel like they did okay, but they could have done better. Like, there wasn't really any evidence that was like, oh yeah, there's no way he's getting away with this. Because even with the witnesses, the defense, when they would cross-examine them, they would point out so many holes in most victim stories that it made the victims less credible.
Right.
So that's why I feel like they could have done a better job in prosecuting Diddy. So for the job that they did, I get why the jury came to that decision.
Right.
Type thing. But I'm more annoyed at the prosecution because I personally feel like they got impatient and wanted to just arrest him and take him down.
Mm.
I feel like if they had given it, like, it's sad, but even if they was surveilling him for at least 1 more year, they would have so much more evidence. And then that would have been enough to fully, like, there's nothing you can say, here is the proof, done. But like, majority of the people that they brought were their evidence. And then when they cross-examined them, and the thing is, not every witness told the truth. So then that made it even worse. So like, you would have, I can't remember which witness, but let's say you'll have a witness and let's say they will say, okay, where were you on Friday? And she'll say like, oh, I was at Diddy's house. Okay, what were you doing? I was in the kitchen. Okay. And then the defense would be like, but when you were texting P Diddy on your phone saying you're on your way at this time, but then you just told the prosecution you were in the kitchen at this time. And then the witness would be like, okay, maybe I wasn't in the kitchen. And stuff like that. Like, certain witnesses, I feel like, really ruined the case. And it worked in Diddy's favour. Especially, I'm so sorry, Jane Doe. Listen, if you've been following the trial, you know who Jane Doe is.
I briefly heard about this, but I didn't follow the
allegedly. I'm not going to say. I don't want to be sued. Okay. But I'll tell you after. But if you've been following the case, you know who Jane Doe is. But Jane Doe was probably the worst witness they could have ever brought. Like, and unfortunately, she basically tried to say that she was, she faced the same thing as Cassie, but more recent. So she was his girlfriend up until the moment he was arrested for this crime. So, but when they were interviewing her, when the defense got to her, like, she tried to make it seem like she was Cassie, she was a victim. But when the defense got to her, she was a young Miami. She was perfectly fine with doing the freak off shit. and she loves the money. And imagine, she was testifying against him. And this is where they really got her. They said, oh, are you having financial difficulties? She said, yeah, I was having financial difficulties. Did P Diddy help you out? Yeah.
I heard about this.
How did he help you out?
Yeah.
Oh, he pays for my rent. How much is your rent? 10K a month. Is he still paying for your rent? Yes. I said, Lord. And then on top of that, is P Diddy paying for your attorneys? Yes. I said, this stupid girl. And this is what I mean, like, not every victim is a victim. You've literally ruined the cases for all the real victims of Diddy. Because of what? And now, anyway, she deserves it. Because not only you've lost your meal ticket, you're getting your rent paid monthly. If I was her, and I was perfectly okay with these free coughs, I would literally be a young Miami and just keep quiet. And then once it's over, I'm back outside. I'm not going to ruin my meal ticket if I'm okay with these free coughs. And I understand that they were subpoenaed.
Did she even end up testifying against him then?
She was subpoenaed too. So because it's a government case, like a federal case, if the government asks you to testify,
you have to.
They can put you in prison if you don't. That's why even Cassie testified. It wasn't because she wanted to. She got her payout. She didn't want to. But it's the government. So, but even that though, he had an ex, or I don't know if they're ex or not, a girlfriend called Gina. She was supposed to be a witness and they subpoenaed her. She disappeared from the face of the earth.
This case was
no one could find this woman.
This case was messy.
Oh, I said, yeah. But the thing is, if you're okay with that lifestyle, she played it smart. If you're not, then come on. Why are you still defending? But it's such a shame that this is the outcome.
I'm so disappointed with the outcome.
Like,
I can't express to you, D. I'm so disappointed.
I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised, like you said.
Yeah, not surprised, but I'm so disappointed.
And also, even with the sentencing, people are like, he could face up to 20 years.
I think he's going to get 5 max. I think he's even going to go home.
Yeah, he could.
I think he's
a suspended sentence.
Yeah.
I think he won't get any more than 10 years.
No.
Because even like, if they take off the time he's already served, it'll be less.
Yeah.
Things like that. So he could be home in like 3 to 5 years if you get a 10 years. No, actually, no, I don't know if it works the same as the UK because I know they cut your thing in half and then deduct how much you've spent in prison. But yeah. Usually when they love to say this thing, like even when they said he was facing life for all of the charges, I don't even think he would have got life.
No. He
would have probably got like 15. Maybe.
How long did R. Kelly get? He got like 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah. He got decades.
And Tory Lane's got like 10, innit?
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll get like 5 years max. It's just so annoying.
But then it's
the man will come out and then everyone will move on. I still think people will support him. People are outside the courtroom putting baby oil. Oh my gosh, black people can be so embarrassing.
Honestly.
People are outside the court supporting him, putting baby oil. He will come out, because I was trying to think, like, will his career ever be the same? To an extent, I don't think it will, but he's always going to have supporters. Guaranteed fact.
Yeah.
He will always have supporters. You know, there's always people this is the thing that annoys me sometimes about the black community. We put this thing of, oh, they're just trying to tear down a black man over the fact that someone's actually done something wrong.
Yeah,
that's been the whole argument, the whole case. They're like, they're just trying to tear down, they're just trying to destroy an innocent black man. Look what P Diddy has done for the black community. I don't care what he's done for the black community. Look what he's done to people. I don't care.
It's true, like.
But there's people that are going to support him. There's probably people out there now that are like, I knew it. And they always do this thing, abusive. They bring God into it, and then there's a specific group of people that are like, look, he's a good Christian man. He's trying to change his life. Same thing I said with Tyler Perry as well. And he's got with the whole Tyler Perry allegations, I said he has the perfect community behind him, the church community. There are some communities, some church communities that will back you to the end of time. If you say God is trying to, you just have to mention, I'm a Christian man. I'm seeking God. I'm seeking my Bible. Everything is forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not even saying it genuinely. They're saying it because they know. P. Diddy's going to come out and maybe become some sort of religious man. Yeah, I'm just trying to change what I did. And they will forgive him. They'll support his music. They will.
But the thing is, though, I feel like what annoys me the most is, although his career will never be the same, he hit the point of his career where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
he doesn't have to make music ever again.
What was P Diddy actually really doing before? He was just more businessman.
He was a hype man and businessman.
But in terms of music, everything of that was in the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
He hadn't really made... I know he had like dropped an album just before like all of this happened, but he wasn't really on the radar anymore. That's like, oh guys, P Diddy dropped a new album. People didn't really care. He was just P Diddy. He was just more like a...
Just a famous businessman.
He was just a businessman
who does music on the side.
Yeah, and you just had to... If you knew him, it would be good for you in your career and blah, 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 blah.
But he got too high in his career for there to be a downfall.
Exactly.
Well, at least financially,
I think
he won't have a downfall.
Always, but even if he comes out financially,
even if he finds an island, he will live very comfortable.
He will live a very comfortable life, and that's
what's annoying. Because in that way, you kind of did get away with it.
Yeah.
But then, I even saw before we started recording, they mentioned how they were discussing with the judge on whether they should release him today, on bail, despite being found guilty on a couple of charges. And the judge actually said he will consider it, but...
And they were like, the plane is waiting to take him to Maui or whatever. I was just...
No, like, they were basically saying the plane is waiting in Maui.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
Type thing. Yeah, and then obviously the prosecution were like, you've been found guilty on certain crimes, why would they let you out? But then the defense's take on it is, but he wasn't charged for RICO or racketeering, so he's not really a danger to the public. But did we not hear the same trial? He's a danger to certain people.
Literally, I just saw before as well that Cassie basically was like, it's not safe for her if that man is out. Basically arguing that he can't be out. Like, it will...
But this is...
It's a threat to...
But this is another thing, yeah. And if anything, this has really shown me I have to stress to my loved ones, and even you guys, like, this trial truly showed me the importance of speaking up.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be as soon as an incident occurs, but within that year, you need to speak up. It is vital. Because I promise you from now, when did it happen that, at least that video, that
was fairly I think it was fairly recent.
No, like the date of the video. It was like 2015, 2016.
Oh, yes.
When it occurred.
Yes. Yeah.
I promise you, if she had gone to, or if the prosecution had tried this in even 2018, he would have gone down.
It's hard though, man, because she was still with him though, innit?
But this is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, it's hard.
And
she was probably scared for her life.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's so discouraging. But if you ever feel like you want to get some type of justice, either collect as much evidence as possible secretly, but even that, they can twist that around and say...
That's what I'm saying, yeah, they can twist it. Then
or at least confide in someone else who will then take the initiative to get you some type of police report or something. You don't have to get him arrested, but just get a report. Because little secret reports, they come a long way.
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing they look at. If you're claiming domestic abuse, the first thing that any service provider looks at or will ask you, have you tried to leave before? Are you prepared to leave now? Are you prepared to stay gone? All of this stuff, like, it's so tough, but this is what happens when you wait too long. But the only good thing that I'm happy about is Cassie got her payout. She didn't need this trial. She got what she asked for. She didn't want to go to trial.
Yeah.
She got what she asked for, and she said, yep, leave me alone to deal with my life.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do it, fam.
Yeah.
You deserve it. But if it's a thing where it's like, nah, I want justice, or he needs to pay for da-da-da, you need to have strong type of evidence. Like, just keep track of everything. Everything.
Gosh, man.
No one else has to know, but just keep track, because especially as well when they're testifying, there was loads of times when Cassie would be like, I don't remember, it was 10 years ago. I don't remember. I don't like... And really, how do you expect her to remember?
Yeah.
But those defense teams will really sit there and be
They'll
like, oh,
be
you
on
see, she
that,
doesn't
yeah,
remember,
she
so did
remember,
it really
she-
happen?
yeah.
When these times, it was a decade ago. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, this is so frustrating, man.
It's the most frustrating thing. But I just hope that there's some type of vindication with the sentencing. But
yeah, but I'm not even holding.
I'm not holding my breath for that one
Yeah.
at all. From when they talks of releasing him while he's being found guilty on certain charges,
Yeah, it's just like
I already know it's not looking good. But
Cassie's so brave, man. I think she should still be so proud of herself because her speaking out took so much courage and it encouraged a lot of other people too. And I just hope that it's so difficult to say, but because some people look at this and be like, this is why I'm never going to speak out. But I think people should look at it and be like, no, this is why you should.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
I
don't know, man.
We definitely understand that. Like we said, it's very discouraging because even when I heard the verdict, I was like,
I was so annoyed.
Are you kidding? I was shocked.
Yeah, I was actually like not even...
I wasn't, but I was like, but I don't know. I think what Rashida is saying is right. Although it can be discouraging, this should also encourage you to also speak out. I get that it may not be the outcome that you want, but the good thing is the whole world knows who he really is now because of her story.
Yeah.
None of us will look at him the same. The video evidence is there.
Yeah. So
the testimony that she gave will make us never look at this man the same again.
Yeah.
To the point where he doesn't need a guilty verdict.
Yeah.
And I was saying before that he will still get to live a good life. But P Diddy is such a narcissist. He would hate the fact that everyone hates him now.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of he loved being loved.
Yeah,
he loved it.
Yeah.
But then now to come out and see people have turned against you would rock his shit. Man. It will rock his world. That would probably hurt him more than any financial thing. To know all people are like, P Diddy, ugh.
Yeah.
That would knock him. So although yes, in terms of an offence, it wasn't what we wanted, but her bravery showed us who he truly is.
Yeah.
And now, even going forward, any woman who was interested in him before may have changed their mind now and is like, I know what you do to your woman. And and there's probably hundreds of women who have changed their mind because Cassie was brave enough to speak up.
Yeah.
So you may not... I feel like there's a win in this.
Yeah. Somewhat, yeah.
It's not the win I want, but
let's just see.
We know the true him now.
Yeah.
And he can't come back from that.
Nah. I really hope
for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because regardless of, yes, okay, the prosecution didn't do that great in proving their case, but the stuff that came out about him, even as a person, he's trashed his image, his brand.
Done.
And that is what's going to ruin him. That's why I feel like Cassie really did win. Not only did you get a payout, you told your story, you've warned other women against this man, you've aired out his dirty laundry where the whole world now knows it, that he was trying to keep quiet. Fam, if I was Cassie, I would be like, okay, I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm okay with this. But even that though, it's not the reality.
Yeah.
We only know about it because he's a public figure.
Yeah.
There's people who we don't know at all.
That are living a full-blown life,
Yeah, they're living a full-blown life before this. They're going through their trial right now, but then the judge maybe doesn't care because they're not well-known like that. All of this, and that's what I kind of hate about the world. You pick and choose who to give grace to and who not to give grace to. And, the higher you are in power, the more grace you have. I hate that dynamic so much because there's certain people who are victims, and regardless of whether your perpetrator was a multi-billionaire or a homeless person on the street, abuse is abuse.
Yeah.
You can't take that from someone. So I low-key hate the fact that they're even trying to find loopholes and trying to get him out and do all of this. When do they ever let out people who have guilty verdicts?
That's what I'm saying. It's just because he's P Diddy.
Just because he's P Diddy.
And he can pay a 1 million bond or whatever it is that we're asking for. He can pay that.
He can easily pay that. But that's why I loved I don't know if it was the court or the police system, I don't know, but every time before his trial when he tried to get bond, and that first he'll be like, I can give you 10 million.
Yeah.
No bond.
Yeah.
No bond.
I hope they keep that.
Because that's the one thing you can't afford. No bond.
I hope they keep that energy. That man, God.
He deserves to rot under the jail.
Honestly, thrown under the jail.
When I think about it, mentally he's going to rot, and that is going to kill him.
Yeah.
It's going to kill him.
Yeah.
But
let's just see, bro.
Fingers crossed for the sentencing, bro.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's just hope he gets what he deserves to some extent. He needs to go to jail, man.
ASAP.